All right, so this is going to be fairly interesting. I'm doing a let's play style video on learning how to code. So, one of the things that I've had in the back burner, I haven't coded since not consistently since college a few years ago, and the knowledge around coding is a little stale. I don't do coding as my day job. I'm not even a proper IT infrastructure professional anymore. I haven't done much of anything in the way of production systems in a while, but I still like to dork around. As you guys see, a lot of the YouTube videos is me dorking around, uh, doing stuff like creating nested virtualization, talking around technology topics in general. But the tech videos have been more or less around the infrastructure piece, and I'm helping a buddy create a application or and take it uh, semi and get it to a point where he can make money from it. And spent a good portion of the day troubleshooting some JavaScript. I don't know JavaScript, but I know a little bit about programming. I was able to hack my way through the challenges that the guy was having. So I figured, you know what better way to help other people than to watch somebody who knows a little bit about technology actually struggle through and learn how to code. So so you know what, I'll put up a live video feed. It took it was a pain in the butt learning how to set up Google Apps to allow me to do a live hangout, and thus after a live hangout, a YouTube streaming. But we're here. You see my desktop, and we'll muck through. So give you guys a little background on my desktop environment. I'm using a 5K iMac. It's a i5 system with 1 terabyte Fusion drive. I very much want to make sure this system stays pretty pristine. I don't want to muck it up. It is my daily driver. It's what I need. It's what I use to make money. So as I learn how to code and I run applications and hopefully sanitized environments, I won't muck up my environment. How to do that? Well, let's go back. I'm a virtualization guy. So out of the bat, the first idea of kind of setting up my IDE for my development platform is to run something like VirtualBox or VMware Fusion. Since this is a player loan, I have VMware Fusion licenses, so I could have used VMware Fusion, but I think I want to create something that the average person can use. Someone who doesn't have a strong budget to go out and just buy $100 software. So I'm going to go ahead and download and install VirtualBox. So let's find VirtualBox. For those of you who don't know what VirtualBox is, it is Oracle's open source platform. There's a version for Windows, OS 10, Linux, and Solaris. Again, I'm on OS 10, so I'm going to find the OS 10 version. And again, this is all fairly real time. It's an 86 meg download. Took not a lot of time at all. And I'm going to switch my sharing screen to my desktop so you can see the actual install. Hey there. I'm switching to the Virtualbox install. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and install Virtualbox. Click on the This is not as quick and dirty as when I'm sharing my entire screen, but Google Hangouts is not a great app to share your entire screen. So I'm doing it application by application. I launched the installer, where I launched the package locks the installer. Now I'm walking through the installer. You can't see it off screen. It's asking me for my username and password for administrative rights to install VirtualBox. So one of the things I don't know, I didn't research this prior to starting the video, is how the heck to get a OS 10 OS inside of VirtualBox. Again, this I figured the whole value of this Let's Play is for you guys to see how I work through problems, how I research things, and how I find stuff out. So I don't know how to install OS 10 inside of VirtualBox. You guys are gonna find out with me. So we'll switch back to my web browser. And we're going to go to our friendly Google and find out how to do this. Thank you, Google Prevent. So I'm going to talk so there's not a lot of dead air. Obviously, there's a ton of YouTube videos. YouTube videos probably would play well in a in this whole deal. So I'm going to go to a couple of different sites. Git is a place. Git is a friendly place for me to find technical know-hows. I know that it's not going to be kind of weird. The community would have vetted it out. That advantage of open source and Git in general. Install OS 10 and Yosemite and VirtualBox. This is a how-to guide. And it's based on this paste bin I've found on Google, Markdown, Blase skip Blase, download Yosemite from App Store, open terminal, install IESD to customize OS 10 ISGEM. So this is a bunch of stuff I just don't know how to do. This is interesting. So one of the big differences between uh, VirtualBox and VMware Fusion. VMware Fusion just has a bonehead simple. This is how you install VMware Fusion. I mean, this is create a OS 10 install and life is good. This is a little bit more demanding, but that's okay. We'll get there. Let's launch VirtualBox 1. Make sure it installed correctly. Hey there, Ian. All right, so this is VirtualBox. Make sure that there's no wizards in VirtualBox in general. I'm creating a new operating system and I'm just going to share my desktop because this isn't working out as well as I would like with switching in between applications. We'll give it 2 gig of RAM. We'll create the virtual disk. Type of file format. That's a good question. Do I want it in a VirtualBox format or I keep it in VMDK because I may move it to VMware Fusion at some point and I don't want to have to convert the disk to a different format. We want to dynamically allocate because I do not want to chew up 20 gig of disk space. OS 10 file location, we'll leave it in the default documents folder. Then we'll power it on. Now, of course, it didn't ask me for a disk. VM, I'm hoping, but I know that it's not. I'll boot this up and it's going to boot up into a BIOS more than likely, I'm guessing. Yep, and it asked me for optical disk, so we're going to have to go to the App Store and download OS 10. We'll do El Capitan. I got a warning, just in case you missed that. I got a warning that I was about to download a OS that I already have on my desktop. I could have, interestingly enough, I could have downloaded OS 10 server, which is not a bad idea. It might save me a ton of time. I don't know what format this is going to come off as, but anyway, there's other things that we need to do. We need to open a terminal. So we're going to do gem Hmm. That's interesting enough. So I'm not getting a prompt for it. I ran the gem install the to install the IESD, whatever that is. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna be honest in this video. I'm gonna turn the image into base system. Install uninstall unbound install. Wow, that is a lot of freaking. I'm going to be honest with you. This sucks. This is a lot of work just to install the OS. All right, so I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be lazy. I don't want to go through all that. I have enough trouble learning how to develop an application, let alone learning how to install virtual OS 10 and VirtualBox by taking the basically from a high level. I get what we're doing. We're getting the DMG, which is installable for the disk image for the Mac-based disk image for OS 10, and then we have to install that. We have to convert that to an optical image, and I don't want to go through all that. So I'm going to download VMware Fusion, and I'm going to go with Fusion Pro because I like the network editor in Pro. You don't have to necessarily do Pro. Big difference. The VMware Fusion is about 363 megs versus VirtualBox was about 86. So that's roughly what, about 5 or 6 times the size. And it's taking a little bit longer to download. I don't know where my OS 10 is. It's still downloading. So I'm taking up bandwidth. I'm still in bandwidth for a little bit. So while this is going on in the background, I would love to just sit and chat because there's not much else to do. This is going to take 45 minutes. So we'll just I'm not going to sit here for 30 minutes. I'm going to grab something to drink and eat, and I'll come back in 30 minutes and I'll stop broadcasting and we'll start with another video soon. Thanks.